All right, so now Mufasa has taken Simba up to the top of the pyramid, right? So that's the aluminum place, let's say, or the place of the eye where you can really see a long ways. And he's explaining to him what his kingdom is going to be. And you see the sun, of course, appears at that to begin with. And that's another hint about being at the top. That's the illuminated part of the pyramid. And so anyways, Mufasa tells Simba that his kingdom is everything that the light shines on. And that's exactly right. And then there's a metaphor there too, which is that what you've shone light on, which is what you've come to understand and master, is surrounded by an other world of all the things that you don't understand. And some of those would be natural things, and some of them would be tyrannical things, and some of those would be things you don't want to know about yourself. But they're outside of where you've managed to shine the light. And so that's exactly what Mufasa tells Simba. He says, we live in this pyramid, we're at the top, there's a domain of light around it that's explored territory. Outside of that, there's unexplored territory, and that's partly the unconscious, because you fill it with fantasy, and it's partly what you just don't know. And then Mufasa tells Simba, and it's sort of like God telling Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden not to eat the apple. Mufasa tells Simba, there's this outside place that's dark, that's not part of your kingdom, and you should not go there. And that's really interesting, because Simba doesn't even know about that place yet. And so Mufasa is doing something very contradictory there. It's like telling him that it exists, and heightening his curiosity, but also saying that he shouldn't go there, almost ensuring that that's exactly what Simba is going to do. You see this in the Pinocchio movie too, where Pinocchio is planning to jump into the ocean to go get Geppetto from the underworld, and he's following, his conscience is along with him, Jiminy Cricket, and the cricket is warning him about all the dangers that he'll face down there, and telling him that he will be fish food personally. And while he's doing that, Pinocchio ties a knot around his donkey tail around a rock so he can sink, and the little cricket helps him tie the knot. So while he's warning him about the adventure he's going to undertake, at the same time he's encouraging him to do it. And there's that paradoxical thing, which is that if you go outside what you know, it will cause a fall, because it'll damage your knowledge structures and you'll go down into chaos. And that can really destroy you, so you shouldn't do it. But by the same token, if you do it, and you do it successfully, then the new you that re-arises can be stronger and more complete than the previous you. So you should do it, and you shouldn't do it. And that's, anyone sensible says, look, don't bother, right? But sensible isn't enough. That's the thing. You have to also be not sensible enough in order to live. And your typical hero, and Harry Potter is a really good example, is always a rule breaker, always. But he, you know, the rules he breaks are, like, there's judiciousness behind the rule breaking. The hero breaks a rule in the service of a higher good, but he's still breaking the rules, and that's what puts him outside the boundary of the social establishment. So